So students, we are going to start the covalent bond in order to understand how elements they are going to share electrons with other element to form a chemical bond. Okay. So first we have to go through the definitions of covalent bond. Okay. So those chemical bonds, those chemical bonds which are formed by mutual sharing of electron, mutual sharing of electrons are called as covalent bond. Covalent bond. Okay. Suppose we have carbon atom or we have chlorine atom. Okay. So we know chlorine atom have atomic number 17. That means chlorine contains 17 electrons. Is it or not? So I'm going to write the electronic configuration for chlorine. So chlorine will have electronic configuration 2, 8 and 7. Is it 2, 8 and 7?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to write the structure of chlorine now. See, according to the octet rule, chlorine must have 8 electrons in its outermost shell in order to become stable. But in case of chlorine, have only 7 electrons. So chlorine may going to gain 1 electron or going to share 1 electron. Okay, it is condition for the chlorine. So it depends on the which atom is going to combine with chlorine. It may gain or may share 1 electron. So I'm just going to represent outermost shell electron only. Suppose this is the chlorine and these are the outermost shell electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is chlorine. 4, 5, 6 and 7 beta. Okay. So now we have another chlorine atom. Next chlorine atom. Again, next chlorine atom will have 7 electrons in its outermost shell. So I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 1. Last is 7 electrons. Okay. So now that chlorine atom, this is the chlorine 1 and this is the chlorine 2, another atom. So that chlorine is going to share, both chlorine, they are going to share that electron. Means this electron of chlorine will going to revolve in the orbit or the shell of that chlorine as well as on the orbital of that chlorine also, like this. And this
How
electron,
can 2 chlorine atoms combine?
yes beta, because chlorine gas in our surrounding present in
Sir, can
Cl2 form.
2 say?
In our surrounding, chlorine present in Cl2 form. That means there is a bond between chlorine and chlorine atom. So that bond is formed by sharing of electron. That's why this bond is called as covalent bond beta. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So see that electron of chlorine is shared by that chlorine, another chlorine, and this electron again going to revolve in that orbit as well as in orbital of that chlorine atom also. Means they are going to share these 2 electrons with each other. Okay. So now,
Sir, but it's balanced, no?
now beta,
Sir, it's balanced, right?
after sharing of electrons, then electrons get balanced in their outermost shell. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
but they are equal.
Yes, they are equal, but they are going to share one electron from each chlorine atom. Okay, then their octet will get complete. Okay, so now we have 1, 2. These 2 electrons are common, and these 2 electrons are indivisible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these 2 electrons are common for both the chlorines, like this. So we can represent this bond like this, or we can write it as chlorine bond chlorine. Okay, so these two electrons are shared pair of electrons. Share.
Sir, can chlorine and hydrogen share electron?
Yes, yes, yes. I will explain that also. See, this is called a shared pair of electrons. Okay, and this shared pair of electrons is nothing but which is responsible for the covalent bond between two chlorine atoms. That's why we used to represent chlorine in its diatomic form. Diatomic means there is a bond between chlorine and chlorine atom, and that bond is formed by mutual sharing of electrons. That's what is called as covalent bond. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So take a screenshot for that.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, how can we identify, sir? Like it is sharing electron or just gaining or losing electron?
It depends. Suppose if we are going to dissolve that chlorine gas in water, it is not going to dissolve because it is not ionic in nature. Means if we will dissolve chlorine in water, it is not going to dissolve. Okay, that means there is no charge present on chlorine atom. That means this chlorine like gas which is formed by mutual sharing of electrons. Okay, even in case of methane gas, suppose see, we can identify on the basis of electronegativity. Suppose we'll take example of HCl beta, hydrochloric acid. So here also we have hydrogen along with one electron only, but in chlorine we have 17 electrons. So
Sir, can you tell from starting, sir? Internet problem. I can't hear you. From there, how can we identify, sir?
Okay.
If it
okay, we had to know their electronegativity difference. Electronegativity difference means the tendency to attract electron. So in case of chlorine, they have same electronegativity. So they are not going to lose or gain electron beta. They will share electron only because both elements are the same and their electronegativity difference is not there. That's why they will share the electron only. Even in case of oxygen. So can we represent oxygen as O? In our surrounding? No.
yes,
We used to represent it by O2.
O2, yes, sir.
Yes. So why O2? So we will understand about the O2 now. So O2 is nothing but oxygen beta. OXYGEN oxygen molecule. Okay. And O is the oxygen atom. Oxygen atom. Okay. So now we will discuss how oxygen is going to share electron with other oxygen atom. So again, we have oxygen atom having only 8 electrons in its outermost shell. So what will be electronic configuration for that?
7, sir.
Huh?
6.
2 and 6. 2 and 6. In first shell, we will have 2 electrons. We have already gone through that.
Yes,
That day.
sir.
Yes. So 2 and 6. So again, according to the octet rule says every element must contain 8 electrons in their outermost shell. But in case of oxygen, we have only 6 electrons. We have only 6 electrons. So oxygen will going to accept 2 electrons or may share 2 electrons. Share 2 electrons. So again, I am going to represent outer electronic configuration, or I am going to discuss the whole structure of oxygen. So this is nucleus of oxygen. In first shell,
2
in,
electrons.
yes, in first shell, 2 electrons are there, 1 and 2. And in second shell, means outermost shell,
6 electrons.
yes, there
sir.
are 6 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here we have another oxygen atom. Again, this is the nucleus. Then in first cell, there are 2 electrons, 1 and 2. And in second cell, again, there are 6 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so that electron is going, these two electron going to revolve in oxygen of first atom, first oxygen atom, as well as going to revolve on the atom of second oxygen of oxygen. Sorry, second atom of oxygen, that one. Okay, so this may going to revolve here also, as well as on this orbital also, like this. They are going to revolve like this, and these two electrons again going to revolve in orbital of second electron, as well as on the orbital or shell of first electron also, like this. Okay, that means oxygen have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 electron. Another oxygen have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electron. So they will share these two pair of electron. If they are going to share two pair of electron, that means there will be two covalent bond will present between oxygen and oxygen atom, like this. And we are representing that oxygen as O2 molecule. Okay, so here oxygen contain two covalent bond. Okay, understood, beta?
Yes, sir. And
Yes.
sir, metal and non-metal cannot share their electrons, no,
Yes,
sir?
because there is a very huge difference in their electronegativity. If there is a huge difference in electronegativity and electropositivity, see, metals are very electropositive and non-metals are electronegative in nature. So electronegative means they are going to share, attract electron or gain electron, and electropositive means they are going to lose electron. That's why metal will going to lose electron and non-metal will going to accept electron. So here loss and gain of electron takes place. That's why they are called as ionic bond, beta. They are called as ionic bond. Okay.
Sir, which have ionic bond, they are mostly compounds, and which have covalent bond, they are just elements, no, sir?
No, not like that. Yeah, we can say also like nitrogen is also there. We have oxygen, we have chlorine. So element is represent only by single atom, beta, single atom. Like chlorine, then oxygen. So we are representing a single atom to the element. And if they are present in diatomic or triatomic, sometimes oxygen contain 3 atoms. It is called as ozone.
Ozone,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, yes. So again, they are molecules. They are molecules of same atom. Okay. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the nitrogen gas. See, again, nitrogen have 7 electronic number. So it have 7 electrons. So 2 electron will come on the first cell and 5 electron will come on the next cell. So I'm going to represent this 5 electron only in case of nitrogen. So nitrogen we have 1, 2, 3 electron. Then here 2 electrons. Total 5 in its outermost shell. Another nitrogen atom have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 electrons. So nitrogen, one nitrogen atom going to share with another nitrogen atom 3 pair of electron like this. So between nitrogen and nitrogen we have triple bond and triple bond and we are representing it as N2. Okay, and we have about 78% only nitrogen. Only nitrogen alone contains 78% of our atmospheric volume. Okay, understood, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again take a screenshot for nitrogen. So this is the way how electron or element they are going to share electron. Okay, there is a mutual understanding. Okay.
Sir, but
So we have beta 3 types of covalent bond. Number 1, we have monovalent bond. We have bivalent, or it is also called as divalent.
and trivalent.
Yes.
Sir, there is tetravalent also, no, sir?
No, beta, no. It is not possible. I'll explain that also. Wait a second. If atoms or elements are sharing only one pair of electrons, it is formed by sharing one pair of electrons. One pair of electrons. Okay, like in case of chlorine gas, here we have only chlorine, single bond chlorine. So here we have one electron and here we have another. So this is bond is formed by sharing one pair of electrons. Okay, that's why it is called as monovalent bond. But suppose if any electron sharing two pair of electrons, bond formed by sharing two pair of electrons.
Example,
Yes, beta. Like in case of oxygen.
example, oxygen.
Yes, oxygen. Okay, they are sharing two pair of electrons. Now we are going to understand the three pair of electrons is trivalent bond. So bond which are formed by
Sir, O3.
three pair of electrons. Yes, three pairs of electrons are called as trivalent bond. Okay, like we have nitrogen. Here they are,
Nitrogen, sir.
yes, and triple bond N. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I heard one voice coming from the background was saying three pair of electrons. From which background? From whose background that voice is coming? Okay. So now we are going to start the ionic compounds. So for ionic compound, first we have to understand what are ionic bonds. So first we are going to understand ionic bonds. Ionic bonds. Okay, so first we have to go through the definition and then we will understand with the help of example also. So those bonds which are formed by loss and gain of electron. Gain of electron are called as ionic bonds. Are called as ionic bonds. Okay. So first we have to understand ionic bonds example now. So for example, we have write ionic compound definition also. Wait a second. So those compound or compounds formed by ionic bonds are called as ionic compounds. Ionic compounds. Okay, example, here we have NaCl, we have MgCl2, we have AlCl3, etc. Okay, so we'll understand the formation of sodium chloride. Okay, example, we will understand the formation of NaCl. Okay, So we'll go through the step-by-step process for the formation of ionic compound. Okay. So suppose sodium, it is the very soft metal. Sodium have atomic number 1 and which is present at a solid state at a room temperature. And we have chlorine gas also. Chlorine gas, it is present in molecular form, okay, and gaseous form at a room temperature, and when they react, they form sodium chloride, NaCl, and NaCl is a crystalline solid form, okay. See here in reactant side we had 2 chlorine and here we have only 1, so here we have to multiply by half. Half means we will take half mole of gas. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled and we will have only 1 atom. Okay. So this is the way how ionic compounds are formed, and we know like chlorine have its atomic number 70. So now we have to go through the process. See, first we have sodium which is present in solid state. Is it? So first we have to heat strongly that sodium to convert sodium solid into sodium gaseous form. So when solid convert into gaseous form, this process is called as beta sublimation.
Yes, and when gas change into solid, this is called solidification, sir.
Solidification.
Yes,
No.
sir. Yes, sir. In a textbook, it is like that only.
Solidification.
Yes, sir. It has 2 names, sir. The second name I don't remember. The first name is solidification, sir.
Okay, I'll explain you that also, but first we have to understand that. Huh? So when solid converts directly into the gaseous form without going to liquid state is called as sublimation. Okay. Now, again at sodium, we have converted that solid to gaseous form and having only 11 electrons. So now I'm going to write electronic configuration for sodium. So sodium's electronic configuration will be 2, 8 and 1. So again we have 1 electron. So it is not going to like share 7 electron with other. So sodium will lose easily 1 electron. Okay. So when sodium will lose 1 electron, will form sodium ion. Okay, sodium positive ion. So will form sodium positive ion, and at sodium positive ion it will contain only 10 electron and it form positive ion by loss of 1 electron. See, sodium have lost 1 electron and form positive ion here. Okay, and that sodium positive ion again present at a gaseous state only. Understood? So when
Yes,
metal converts into metal ion, this process is called as ionization. Ionization is the process of formation of ion beta. Okay, this process is called as ionization. So finally here we have sodium positive ion now. Okay, now we'll discuss for the chlorine now. So chlorine is present at the molecular form. So first we have to convert it into the atomic form. So it will convert into Cl form at a gaseous state. We'll have 17 electron at this state. So now I'm going to write electronic configuration. See, when molecules are converted into atom, this process is called as atomization.
Sir, why will molecules convert into atoms, sir?
Because at molecule state they are not going to react. It is stable form beta. It is stable form. It is not going to react in that state. So it have to be converted into the atomic form.
So N2 nitrogen will be a mono, like N2 will become N, sir, to
Yes.
like
Before
combine.
before going to react, it will convert into N and then it is going to react with other atoms. Okay.
So sir, where will the other atom go, sir?
We're going to react with, see here we have taken half mole, no half mole. So half mole, that 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So we'll get only 1 atom, no?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So now that electron which was lost by sodium is going to gain chlorine atom. So first I have to write electronic configuration of chlorine. So chlorine's electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 7. So this one electron, see again here, chlorine must have 8 electron in its outermost shell according to the octet rule. So it can't going, it's not going to lose 7 electron. So it will gain that 1 electron easily. So then chlorine will convert into chlorine negative ion. How? By loss of, by gain of electron. So chlorine gains electron that was lost by the sodium, and then chlorine form negative ion. At that state, chlorine contain 18 electrons. Okay, so finally, again it is present in gaseous form. So finally, we got the chlorine gas. Okay, so here sodium, it is also present in gaseous form, sodium ion, and here chlorine present in gaseous form, it is negative ion. See now we have positive ion and a negative ion now. So see, those like these ions have different charge on them, so they are going to attract with each other. We know opposite charges attract each other and same charges repels each other. Is it or not? So they have opposite charge, so they are going to combine with each other and they will form sodium chloride finally. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, chlorine at room temperature, it is solid, no, sir?
No, it is gaseous form.
Okay,
Chlorine
sir.
is present in gaseous form. Yes. So here by loss of electron, sodium forms positive ion and chlorine forms negative ion. So here we have sodium positive ion and chlorine negative ion. Between them, the force of attraction works. That force of attraction is called as electrostatic force of attraction. Electrostatic force of attraction. Force of attraction. Which force? The electrostatic force of attraction, and it works between two different ions. This positive ion is called as beta cation,
And
and
negative ion
ion
is
is
known as
called as
anion.
anion. Yes, anion. Okay, so the force of attraction works between cation and anion is called as electrostatic force of attraction, and this is also called as ionic bond because it is present between ions. It is called as ionic bond. Ionic bond. Okay, so this is the way how ionic bonds are being formed. Okay, and this process of formation of sodium chloride step by step explained by that Born-Haber. That's why this cycle of formation of sodium chloride is called as Born-Haber cycle. Born-Haber cycle. Okay, beta. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again, I want everyone had to take a screenshot for that.
Sir, can you explain it again?
Which one?
Sir, ionic bond.
Okay, ionic bonds are formed by loss and gain of electron. See here, sodium has lost 1 electron here, and chlorine has accepted that electron. So when chlorine or any atom will lose electron, will form positive ion, and any atom if will gain electron will form negative ion beta. So here positive and negative, they are opposite charge particles, so they will attract with each other strongly and they will form the salt. Okay, that we are using every day in our diet, sodium chloride. That salt we are using in our food, that is sodium chloride beta. Huh? Okay, so this is the way how ionic bonds are formed. So again, I'm going to explain the definition of ionic bond. The bond which are formed by loss and gain of electron are called as ionic bond, and compound which are formed by ionic compound are called as ionic compound. Those compounds they are formed by ionic bond are called as ionic compound. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So take a screenshot for that part. Wait a second.